well, sorry, not just. Right, but if you look at the sculpting around the perimeter of the edge, a lot of the design and philosophy of this shoe, from an inspiration and a design standpoint, was centered around origami and some of the modern applications of origami. And there's 13 points around the 13-point star kind of sculpted in around the edge, and that's just to symbolize his 13th season. But then also, if you look up like all the trick detail on origami, apparently like a 13-point star is like hella crazy to make, like so it's also a level of like of expert and kind of extreme talent to actually be able to build this. We just molded it in, so we didn't have to mold and fold it up. But that's the 13-point star in the back. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? No, you all just want to talk to Dwyane. All right. All right. You ready?
I am.
Cool. So Dwyane is just going to give a little bit of an overview of sort of where the whole way of Wade has come from since its inception with the well wand right through.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I saw a lot of you guys post and everything, so I knew y'all was in Miami. I'm glad we can get you guys to come down to Miami. I know it's tough, but I appreciate you guys being down here. So for me and our team, this is an important release for us. I think everyone know, obviously, that now 4 years ago we decided to leave the Jordan brand and go and take our talents to China. And a lot of questions was asking me why would I do that? Why would I leave a brand as cool as Jordan and go to a brand no one in the States really knew? But it was more so about the opportunity that I had at Li-Ning to kind of use my voice. I don't know if a lot of you guys know, sometimes even top athletes at times you don't really have a lot of say so in everything that comes out. So I wanted to be more involved. I want to have more control of something that had my name on it. And Li-Ning gave me a great platform to do that. Obviously, it was worldwide by being in China, but I knew it was a lot of. I knew it was going to be it was going to be hard to make it work because of the uncoolness of what the Li-Ning brand was associated with. But that was a chance I was willing to take. So the process that we went through was, I think I ended my contract in like October, right? So I'm like, I ended my contract right before training camp, and then I had we had to design a shoe in like 2 months. So that first shoe was, I think when everyone's seen, was the concept of the Wade 1. And all I did is sit down with Eric and the team, and they was like, what do you want to see for your first shoe? Because it takes time to develop, for everyone to get a chance to understand me and what I want to see with this brand. So the first shoe, I was like, okay, I want something that can go on the court and off the court. So can we make something that can transfer both? Because I'm into fashion. And with a few rounds, of it, we came out with the Wade 1, which was pretty good for our brand, especially for 2 months. But and I wanted something too that was like true to sneakerheads in the sense of like leather. We really went with leather, on this shoe because that's where I was going. I wanted the sneakerheads to really get involved with the brand and understand what we was doing more so at that time than the masses, and all our kids, because I knew we wasn't there yet. We wasn't ready for that. So our first couple of shoes as we did, it was all about premium leather, and we at the point now where I feel that we have enough traction. I mean, obviously our brand is bigger in China than it is in the States, because we haven't did a lot of releases here. We've only did small releases, but as we build more relationships, we're willing to do more things. Like we were able to build a relationship here with, at the Edition, etc. So this shoe this year, the Wade 4, is kind of where we wanted to get to. In the sense of listening to our consumers. That was another thing that I really wanted to do at the Wade brand, was kind of listen to our fan base. So I don't know if you guys know, some of the guys probably know, that I'm like a guy that I troll Instagram and Twitter, and I read comments about Li-Ning and Wade and all that, and I talk to my guys back, and if they have questions about my shoes, I'm replying back, and I'm asking them questions, etc., etc. I want to know what the fans want to see from us. And I know one of the things that we was all a little nervous about was going away from what we started, and that was that premium leather that a lot of people who was the core fans of the brand came to love. But at the end of the day, we wanted to make this a shoe that everyone can wear. And this is just the time we in today where it's about mesh, it's about different materials on shoes, etc. So we jumped into that lane, into that business, but at the same time kept some of our core beliefs of how the shoe should perform. So that's why if you look at the evolution of these shoes, you see the 4 is different, obviously, than the 1, 2, and 3. So that's the evolution of how we got here. Any questions, anything y'all want to ask me, shoot them at me.
What are your favorite parts about the new one, the 4?
Well, the one cool thing, obviously, this is my favorite shoes before we start doing all the designs. So you guys see, this is for our brand. We normally come out with the announcements, the Overtowns, be the first shoe that you guys see. Me, Eric, now sat down and talked about let's do something a little different in this year's shoe, since we changing the way that the shoe is. Let's just do something different, and we decided to go in a different way with the color that we released. And when Eric brought this color to me, it was at All-Star Weekend in New York, and I wanted to wear it right then and there. I wasn't playing an All-Star game, but I wanted to see if I could, because I wanted to wear it. I thought it would have been a great story with Statue of Liberty. And then I was like, man, I could just break my shoe out here, and it don't come out the next year. Couldn't do that. It wasn't ready to perform. But I was excited about the color that we had. So, that's why we went with the Liberty, obviously the Statue of Liberty color. And this is my favorite colorway. And my favorite thing about the shoe, this is the first time I played in the shoe. First of all, this collar height. I always go a little higher in collar height. This is the first time I played in a shoe that is as light as this shoe. So as you guys will get to see, as we would talk about different materials, different meshes on this shoe, the shoe becomes lighter. So so this shoe may be a little heavier than my Overtown shoe, because the material is different. The material is lighter on the Overtown shoe. And I was obviously played some in preseason in them, I practiced in them, and I have my personal favorites, but this was my favorite one, so that's why we released it first.
What's the price point of this shoe?
The price point of this shoe is like, what, 150-ish? 190. Yeah, like 190. Yeah. Okay. Trying to raise it. It ain't it's them. But the one thing about this shoe is this, we're keeping it, we're still not making it, a lot of people ask, a lot of fans ask me, where can I find shoes? Because everybody want to look and what you look at is, Foot Locker, Foot Action, whatever all these stores is, they want to look and see if they can find them. And I told them, like, we're not there as a brand. We're not trying to get there. I always want to keep it here in the States. I want to keep it, very exclusive, for the real core fans of the brand. And I never wanted to walk into a Foot Locker and see my shoe have dust on it, right? Because it's not, because you got 9 Jordans to pick from, and 37 Nikes, and I didn't want to, I didn't feel like we was there to battle with those guys. So, we still keeping it very small. So the qualities that we're coming out with is not a lot. We may release 1,000 of one pair, and that's between China and the States. So the price point is obviously the price point, because it's very exclusive to get, and some other things.
Dwyane, when the details came out about the 13 lightning bolts, a lot of fans down here suggested, is that an homage to the Flash? Was that part of the thinking behind that particular detail?
Yeah. So. Tim, I got rid of that Flash thing, because I ain't Flash. In my older age, I'm not as fast as I used to be. But it was something that Eric kind of brought to me, and because we was going with the Lucky 13 being the first shoe that I wear on court, and kind of homage to my 13 seasons. Obviously a lot of people remember me as a Flash, and I thought it was just a cool story, with the lightning bolts and being able to marked the gold ones as my championship years, etc. So I gave the nod to continue it, even though I was kind of against it at first. But I understand, you know, what that name is to a lot of people, and I thought it is a cool story, you know, to be able to put on this first shoe. This is a shoe that I might wear a few times throughout the year, but not a lot. So, you know, it's something that if you get your hands on it, it's something cool to have. And I will always be flash, even though I'm not as fast as I used to be. So.
Cool. So I think we might close it up right now. We're going to have some one-on-ones with media in a second. Everyone else, if you want to sort of go around, make sure you touch and feel the product. And we'll also have Brex floating around from Li-Ning, and Eric will also be here to answer any more one-on-one questions. If anyone is interested too, there is a games truck outside, which is pretty cool, so enjoy. Yeah, we'll stay over here so you guys can step from the other one.